Echo Arts, the theater you know and love based in New Prague, Minnesota. This year, for their virtual season, they decided to embark on a new adventure, which is the creation of a reality TV show of sorts.
So many people are sitting around with all these amazing ideas in their heads.
We thought we were creative. No, it's our audience. It's not us.
Audience members and patrons submitted their best ideas for a play. Out of 50 submissions, 3 ideas were selected to participate in the script. These creatives are paired with their own individual coaches and will partner with a local playwright to shape their ideas into little seeds. Everyone is competing for the grand prize, and the winner of the script will walk away with a lot of bragging rights.
Hey, good job everybody on that first episode. That was pretty awesome.
It's a great mix.
Let's do it one more time.
Stop, you guys. Stop listening to me.
Clearly my acting has improved.
I can't talk.
And I'm trying to build my cat's resume.
I don't know.
We're so talented.
Hello and welcome back to The Script. This is episode 2 in case you were wondering. If you've missed anything, watch the previously on or just go ahead and watch the first episode. That's even better. Hi, it honestly feels like it's been years since the last time we all came together. So today, we're gonna get an update from everybody. We're going to be meeting with the coaches and see what has transpired since the last time we met and cheered on our creatives, where they are at in the progress of finishing their homework with their creative, and overall, how they feel about their placement in this competition. I'm gonna keep this short and brief, and I'm gonna get my cat off the ledge of the window before she does something weird. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching, and let's see what they're up to.
I feel really good. My creative, Angela, is so pumped. She felt super inspired by Heather and kind of her mentorship and her words of wisdom. So she's that's her. She's like, yes.
Have been talking back and forth with Kiffin just via email, and like the teacher that he is, he did the homework assignment to the letter. It's absolutely great. I can be a very hands-on person and give everyone my ideas and think that they're the best ideas. And so I want to make sure that Kiffin is coming forward with the ideas and that he feels good about what we land on.
So I haven't met with Joan since the airing of the first episode. She is also super inspired and ready to go. She's been writing a bunch.
Right now, Kiffin's and my biggest problem is that we have so many ideas. Now it's going to be all about really focusing and finding that key element that makes this a show that you want to see.
I am a completely different generation than my creative. Say, go put on the record player or turn on the FM radio or go put on your, everything has to do with music apparently, go put on your Walkman. And she's like, Chris, I don't know what those things are. But so what we're challenged with in creating this piece that is ultimately about people supporting each other, it just so happens that most of the characters are female. You still got to find conflict within that. And how do you find conflict within that doesn't undercut your main goal of holding each other up? I think those are some very real, but kind of also exciting challenges.
I think for me, the biggest challenge is just keeping up with her because she is coming up with so much detail and so many awesome ideas. And so for me to just make sure that I'm pulling my weight is probably our biggest challenge. I feel bad when I look at the work that she's done. I feel bad for Kiffin and Angela. It just makes me embarrassed.
My next meeting with Kiffin is going to be all about planning how to take Joan down, I think is what we're going to do.
I think that has to be the mission because Joan, come on. In all seriousness, how lucky are we that our creatives are like, yeah, let's keep going. I've got thoughts. I've got ideas. I'm willing to work on this. They're incredible. I mean, Angela is clearly the most incredible.
Mine's the best, but yeah, I hear you. It was really fun actually to see that first episode and to see all the creatives talk with each of you as the coaches, because it sparked some ideas that I'm probably going to steal from all of you.
Heather is going to announce a new mini pop-up challenge that the creatives need to work on. You can work on with your creatives in your one-on-one meeting. So I'll throw it to Heather.
This is in addition to the long assignment. that I gave. So you're going to ask your creative to tell you what they want the headline in like a review after this play opens to be, other than amazing play. People get a newspaper. What's in the newspaper? If people look at news online, what's the headline that makes people go, ooh, what a cool play. I want to go see it. Do I want to create something that makes people go, wow, what a thinker? Or, I didn't realize comedy could be so unfunny.
I've seen Ben in a lot of shows, and I did know that comedy could be very unfunny. Happy birthday, Ben.
I'm going to take the high road on this. No more flames on my face.
I don't see myself trying to compete in that at all. You can give me a halo.
I don't see you competing in general, Chris.
Hi again, if you're still watching, thank you so much. So I wanted to pause the video for just a moment because if our coaches are going to be throwing this surprise challenge at our creatives and asking them to come up with a headline on the spot, it's only fair if I throw this challenge at them and ask them to come up with a headline for the script on the spot. Let's see how they do.
Extremely creepy yet heartfelt play scores points with this reviewer.
It's weird that Ben didn't follow the directions. It's weird.
Yeah.
I'm taking notes, you local reality show saves theater company from going under. I'm just kidding. We're not going to go under, but we could. Don't not send in your donation because you think we're not going to go under. We might.
Yeah.
We could.
Yeah.
Maybe if this episode sucks, that was the headline.
I don't envy our creatives. Okay, headline for the script. Unexpected gem makes me learn, laugh, and cry all at the same time. I was describing myself. I didn't know if it was the assignment.
Unexpected gem. How about the script, the streamed theatrical playwriting reality show that saved us during this pandemic?
The answer that was most like a play was Ben's.
Hey!
Wow.
Yay!
Is it most like a play because we went on a journey where it started one place and ended another? Okay.
It's going to be a real nail biter to see who's the villain on this episode.
Probably be Patrick because he's a.
Wow.
We will see you next time on that note.
Yay!
This has been a real mistake.
It has been a couple of weeks since our last meeting, and today our coaches and creatives will be getting together in private sessions to discuss where they are at with their homework progress, what challenges they are facing, and what tactics they can utilize moving forward. Let's see what they're up to.
Hi, Joan.
Hello. You're early, or I'm late.
Kiffin Deal, how are you doing, my friend? The winner, everybody, of the season 1 of the script, I might add.
The last time we chatted, it feels like it was a long time ago.
Yeah, it does.
Are you able to go grocery shopping without just being harassed by people wanting an autograph now?
New Prague paparazzi is unbelievable. They have scooters and mopeds and gators, all kinds of stuff coming after you.
Totally understand. I can relate, obviously, as a celebrity myself.
Are you in finals or anything like that right now?
No, I still have like a whole month of school left.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
lots of
Well,
time.
write a play, before we hit finals. I mean,
Yeah.
no big deal.
So let's talk about the assignment that you did.
Okay. It's been so long, you'll have to refresh my memory.
I love this part of the process when we're brainstorming. I call it turning on the rusty faucet. You have to let the water run for a long time before you get really solid, good water you can drink. Write a million ideas and then sift through and find out which one is the best one.
You have been working so hard. This is a lot. This is a lot for anyone. This is incredible for someone who is a college student and, working so hard all day, every day.
This is, it's great. It's great.
I love it. And it's really,
This is just like the other stuff that we've done up to this point. It's so detailed and thorough. And I think that's really what is so fantastic about it.
Hearing some of your stories, I really, I'm not going to pressure you, but I'm going to urge you to maybe go in that direction of thinking about it from a teacher's point of view. There's a lot of emotion that we can pull from that. There's a lot of comedy that we can use with that. It's super relatable, and it has a lot of potential for even some very touching moments.
One of the things I hate in stories is when they don't like come along naturally, where it's like a conflict or something that was like, okay, that could have been avoided. If these were real people really thinking about this wouldn't have come up, you know? So I want it to be something that's natural and something that really would happen, I guess.
I was just going over it again today, and just the Alfred stuff. I mean, that could be a play in and of itself.
And I tried to ask him about it when I was a child. He refused to talk to me because I was a girl. You
Right.
treasured the boys. Girls were just throwaways. They got married and left. They were nothing. We always used to go out and pick me a big bouquet of flowers to take home in the car, but he wouldn't talk to me.
Complicated guy.
Very, very.
We do actually have a pop-up challenge for you from our playwright, Heather.
So I'm going to give you the pop-up challenge. I know, but this is actually super fun.
Okay.
She wants you to pretend that your script has been chosen. It's been directed, it's been cast, it's on stage. The curtain goes down on opening night, and there's some critics in the audience, and they are writing reviews about your show.
The pop-up challenge for you is,
What do you want the headline to be when your play is reviewed?
Ooh.
I know, isn't that fun?
This is a hard question.
I know. It takes a little bit of thinking, I think.
Oh, this is so hard. Something about
I'm trying to think what I would want the headline to say too.
The Covidiot family knocked it out of the park. In 2020, they're the family we need in order to cope with the situation we are in, and they will lead us to more humorous times.
Kiffin, this is why you're going to win this, because that was a perfect headline. That was...
audiences are able to relate to this hilarious coming of age story. Over the top, but with a heart of gold or something.
Yeah, I love it. Hilarious.
Yes.
Coming of age, relatable. Now you know what you're aiming for. Now you know kind of what your goals are. This is what you want your story to be.
Piano out of tune. The piano speaks. Tunes for the ages. Something that's going to grab their attention.
What would you want the audience to come away with after
I
seeing?
loved it. I wanted to see more.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me see. I might have to think on this for a while.
Yeah, I don't think we need it, right this second. And something you could send me. Take some time and think about it. I think that's all we have.
All right. Well, you're a champ.
So next time we meet, it's going to be the two of us, all the coaches, the creatives, Perrin and Heather.
I think it's probably just going to be similar to what we did last time.
We're going to show them exactly why you're going to win the script.
Put on your boxing gloves. Get ready to do
Oh yeah.
Be my leader.
And if we're not confident, we'll just, like we said, egg everyone's houses, and that's how we win.
Take it easy, and I'll see you in a couple of weeks then.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Fleshing out a story idea is no small feat. Today, and after much hard work and anticipation, we join our creatives as they present their homework not only to Heather, but to the entire team. Best of luck, and let's see what everyone has created.
Hi, Joan. Kiffin.
Hey, everybody.
Quick, tell us anything you want. Tell us all your secrets.
I don't think I have any good ones.
I have no secrets.
A little bit of a disclaimer, Patrick unfortunately will not be with us tonight, but Kiffin, you know Amanda, and she will be playing the role of Patrick tonight.
No shot at Patrick, but I just won the lottery.
Kiffin, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm gonna act.
Last time when we were all together, Heather assigned everybody some homework. And the homework was developing your characters, developing the conflicts and the plot points. But additionally, she gave everyone a pop-up challenge, and that was to create and come up with a headline. I will have your coaches introduce the headline. Then we will go to each individual creative, and you will kind of recap what you've been working on with your homework to the rest of us who haven't been in the meetings. Let's start with Kiffin.
This is a very sensible headline. Okay, here's your headline, Kiffin. The Covidiot family knocked it out of the park. In 2020, they're the family we need in order to cope with the situation we're in. They'll lead us to more humorous times.
What an awesome thing to aspire to creating this. That's the point of generating these fake news headlines for a play that's not even been written or performed, is to think about what you want people to feel. And that's awesome. And I think it has such great heart and humor just in that little headline that can give you kind of a goal to work towards.
My muse is my own life. Ridiculous things happen to all of us, and you really can go with what you're experiencing. So the main characters are teachers, and they are swept away by this whole thing, having to teach from home. Charlie is 55. He's a simple man. He dresses casually in his 90s clothes that he cannot see are getting a bit out of date. His wife's a little younger. She loves her new home. She takes pride in everything about it. The perfect day for Doris is a binge-watching adventure along with a bag of chips. Zinke Schainbauer, her parents use her middle name, Cruz, when they are angry with her. And then Jerry, he's the friendly neighborhood Amazon driver. At one scene, the doorbell continues to ring and we're in this new house, and I'm thinking new neighborhood kids are ding-dong ditching me when packages are being left in a corner of the garage by Jerry. And finally, I figure out that we've gotten a lot of packages. We have a dog. We've had a lot of humor with the dog. That's going to be difficult in a play, but I know Amanda and Ben are training their dog so well right now. This dog is going to be on stage doing amazing things.
I took Buzz on a walk today, and he was chewing on something, and so I pried it out of his mouth, and it was a $5 bill.
We bought a shock collar for the dog to try and train her, but we didn't want to abuse the dog, so I tried it out first, and it led to a fairly humorous situations, going crazy with Netflix and lots of shows, and Doris likes the steamy stuff, wishes Charlie was more like some of the characters in the shows. Zinke learns that her birthday is December 31st, 1999 at 11:59. She blames her mother for not holding on longer so that she could be born in the 21st century. Every time Charlie and Doris are having a loving moment, the dog or the child interrupt. And I'm sure that's happening all over America today. I thought intermission would be a fun time to bring in Jerry, and then he could be like a best friend character for somebody in the second half of the show.
I think it's glorious. Even people who don't have connections to New Prague can feel all the humor. It is a true comedy, even though it's about a pretty terrible time that we all are relating to. You've taken this time that is devastating globally and infuse the lightness into it without making the terrible scenario that we're all in a joke.
Thank you. Thank you for listening for so long.
That was great.
Next, let's go to Joan.
I am not nearly as prepared with my homework as Kiffin was. We'll see what Ben has to say.
You gotta, you're not gonna get the jokes unless you watch every episode of this thing. Yeah, so we had more than one because we weren't sure which one we liked best. I just said, let's use them all because there's nothing in the script rule book that says that during this challenge, we can't use more than one headline. I mean, if that was against the rules, you did not tell us. And so you have to just be okay that we did all three. I'm sorry about it. The first one was Fright in the Key of C, Piano Message from Beyond. And then we had Don't Mess with Mama. And finally, A Piano Seance.
If I read these headlines in a newspaper review, I would want to see this play no matter what the writer wrote below it. All of these things are intriguing, it's exciting, conveys drama and mystery just with a few sentences. Don't mess with Mama, don't mess with her. We got to go see that play.
One character is named Walter, an older brother. He's a farmer, been angry with his father ever since the early passing of his mother. And then there's Simon, a younger brother, who's the favored son, very nervous. He tries to do anything to please his father. Alfred is the father. He's about 50, a strong, independent man, but very unfriendly, mean, and short-tempered. He has a stare that can burn a hole in your soul. Rachel is 16, the youngest of the children, a daughter. She was raised like a boy as a farmhand. She wants to be a teacher. College is her tool to get that life. And Janet is an infant, doesn't do much. Mary is the mother. She was an artist, a musician, and a teacher. She died so young that little is remembered. She was as charitable and sharing as Alfred was stingy and unsociable. Margaret, the current wife of Alfred, she had a position as a house girl when Mary was alive. When Mary died, she demanded that her and Alfred get married or she would not stay. Rachel wants to leave the traditional farm life. Simon and Walter competing for the favor of their father, and both wondering about the sanity of their sister, and with all the stuff going on in the farmhouse, their own sanity. Intermission should come right after the hauntings start ramping up. A look of fear from the characters, door slammings, light flashings, and things flying would sure bring me back for the second half.
I think it's so rich and fleshed out, to use a pun that a ghost wouldn't love. I think you're doing such a cool thing of, who all these people are, and some are inspired by true people that you've known either personally or of in your life. And yet your creative spirit to jump off and create the fiction with that is incredible.
Thank you.
Chris, take it away.
Yes. Over the top with a heart of gold, audiences are able to relate to this hilarious coming of age story.
It has an exclamation point at the end. It means it's fun, it's great. Honestly, the punctuation tells us, hilarious coming of age, and we can relate to it, and it's funny. Sign us up. That's what we want. We want to laugh and feel empathy for the characters.
To be fair, I added that exclamation point. They were just talking about it and I typed it, so I will take partial credit.
We are exclamation point people. I think you picked up on that, Karen. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
That sounds a little bit illegal. We'll check the record book or the rule book on that. I don't know. It seems a little fishy.
Problematic.
We didn't have 3 headlines though, Ben. We had 1 headline.
I'll check the rule book. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying I'll check the rule book.
The story centers around both Riley and Barbara. They're the 2 best friends that join the beauty pageant. Riley is kind of maybe a little bit more of the main character. She grew up in this small town and she was raised by her single dad. She's also an out lesbian. She's had feelings for Barbara for a long time, but she accepted long ago. They're just friends, and they're always going to be friends. And she's good with that. And they have a really good relationship. Barbara is the other girl doing the beauty pageant, best friends with Riley, obviously. And she also grew up in this small town. She's just this sweet country girl, very energetic, and she's an optimist, questioning her sexuality and her feelings for Riley, but dealing with internally. Charlotte is the main antagonist. She's a pageant girl and she's been doing this for a really long time. Everyone just gravitates towards her. She has that sort of energy. She's not necessarily a bad person. She's just not afraid to tell people as it is. Ariana is one of the side comedic characters, one of the girls that follows Charlotte around. around. Her defining characteristic is that she's a vegan, and she like brings it up in every situation. Isabella, who's like the other girl that follows Charlotte around, and she's super sensitive and like she'll deny it, but she totally is. And she just like cries all the time, but she'll try to hide it. May is another pageant girl, but she's super chill. She likes to play her cello for people in the talent portion. Very intelligent, and Riley is also kind of crushing on her. Susan is one of Barbara's older sisters. Jim is Riley's dad, and he's just like very wholesome, very supportive of her in every way. So yeah, there's a lot of characters. The girls do like a fundraising event because the pageant has an entry fee and they obviously don't have a lot of money. I was like picturing in my mind the moment when Barbara walks out in her dress for the first time. That's kind of like the first moment where you see Riley's feelings for her. And it's just like this sweet moment. And then there's no vegan option at lunch, and Ariana makes a scene. There's some moments with Riley trying to flirt with May. That's kind of where it seems like the romantic interest is going. So like there's just awkward moments with that. Barbara's obviously super sweet and she gets along well with everyone. She's been kind of growing closer to Charlotte, but Riley's like super put off by her. It's like eventually creates this big conflict at the end of Act 1 where they're just like fighting about how Riley thinks you can't trust Charlotte and Barbara's like, you need to calm down and be not so judgmental. And then that ends with Riley quitting the pageant and leaving.
Angela, you've like cracked the nut of what this play is. It is about a pageant second. It's about people and relationships first. It's so great that it's about discovering the main characters' relationships, and then you've really fleshed out all these secondary characters in an honest way that they're not just one-dimensional. You're rooting for even your antagonist. It's really a great world that you've crafted here.
Thank you.
Now, Heather, where do we go from here? What's the next assignment? Is there one?
It's 2 parts, and one part you get now, and the other part you get from your coach when you meet with your coach. The first part is we're going to start thinking visuals. And a helpful tool as a playwright or as any kind of writer or storyteller is to create a mood board. And that is to gather images, snippets of poems, snippets of music, things that inspire your play, to kind of start thinking about, okay, when I start getting into this play, what are the locations that you want in it? What do they feel like? What's the tone? Just to help feed your brain toolbox of creativity so they can come out through your fingers.
Fantastic. So, everyone, we're almost there. Before we head out, I actually have a surprise challenge for you. Basically, what is happening is I'm going to ask the creative some theater terminology. Whoever has the most points and can answer the most of the questions will get 15 minutes one-on-one with Heather, not today, but on a different day. And you can ask her all the questions and ask her to write the script for you. Just kidding.
Angela's going to win because she had this one theater teacher back in the day.
That could be her downfall, Kiffin. We don't know. Ben may teach very Ben-centric, right?
Does that mean that I can take 1/3 of Angela's points and funnel them to Joan?
No.
Marking. What does marking a performance mean in the theater world?
I thought it had something to do with my dog and my script. That's what I was going to say.
When you don't do it full out, you're just kind of marking, I guess.
The next word is projecting.
When Ben is on stage and he's timid, he sounds like this. But usually Ben is like this. He's projecting.
I thought it was pretty much the same. You project your feelings. You project what's going on inside.
I think it's being loud so that people in the back can hear you.
What is a green room?
It's a room that's off stage where you go to prepare, maybe put on a costume or something.
It's where you go to wait until you're supposed to be on stage, so you're not crowding the backstage area.
Somewhere that you get ready for the show, I guess, maybe.
If I'm talking about house right, what am I talking about?
Going right, considering, depending on how the audience sees you, like stage right would be right for the audience.
You're sitting in the audience, then it's your right.
When you first said that, I realized I have no rights in my house. So it brought a tear to my eye, honestly.
You know what, Kiffin, you also get a point.
Yeah.
Thanks for solidarity. What happens if I'm calling places? What does that mean? What am I asking you to do?
It's time to take your place on stage.
You're supposed to be in the place you're supposed to be, whatever the script says you're supposed to be, wherever you are in the script. It's where you are in place at that moment of the script.
I think it's at like the very beginning, at the top of the show, before the show starts, when everyone's supposed to go to where they are for when the show starts.
Joan has such a humongous lead. I just feel bad for everyone else.
Flattery will get you everywhere.
What am I asking you to do if I ask you to cheat out?
I have no idea. I'm going to guess ad lib.
To like turn out towards the audience.
What is happening when we are striking?
Does that mean you get rid of things, like decide to get rid of Patrick and have Amanda instead?
Patrick has been struck.
Patrick's been usurped.
You take everything off the stage and put the history of that play behind you.
Okay, last question. What does it mean to spike something?
I usually prefer to add vodka to the punch at that point.
You and me both. This is not water.
While we spike the punch, we're playing volleyball as well, and I love volleyball, and I prefer the spike over the set.
Does it mean like to mark on the ground to show where like a set piece or a prop or something is supposed to be?
Well done, everyone. Joan and Kiffin win the Spike Award and the Comedy Award, but Angela, you won the actual challenge. And so, congratulations.
Yay!
You will be meeting with Heather one-on-one to discuss your script, your ideas, and Heather is going to help you cheat out of this competition. That's it for this episode, and we're going to see you all next time. Should we do our celebratory high five?
Ah,
I think we should end every episode like that. Okay, everybody ready? We're going to count to 3 and then go. 1, 2, 3, go.